And here we go. It's Rashid Shaheed. With the steam, Shaheed breaks through. Still going. A flag flies. Shaheed's going to take it all the way. Let's see if it stands. It's a 95-yard return if it holds to start the game.
Tripping, number 18. That penalty will be enforced.
Shaheed just right through the heart of the kickoff coverage.
That was
trying to make the tackle on the penalty on the trip on the kicker. No way to slow him down. What a trade to bring him in at the trade deadline. All-pro returner this year, and he shows you why. He's had this breakaway speed since he came into the league. And when you don't slow his feet, and he could hit a crease like that, no way to slow him down. You got Pinheiro trying to get him down. Oh, yeah. It's become more of a drop-back passing offense, which suits some of their players. Certainly that's why Christian McCaffrey's in there so much, and he's been so effective.
Third down, Purdy racing around, looking deep, and then fires, and it's good for a first down. 4th and 1. Juszczyk gonna run a little option, and that's not gonna work. Seahawks get a stop, and they take over. And they're going quick here. Arnold over time, dumps it over the middle, and Walker surges forward. That's a first down. Here it's Zach Charbonnet, gets his first touch outside, sprinting through. Charbonnet with a first down and a big run. All the way down near the 30-yard line of San Francisco, and that's good for 15. On second down, Darnold looking the other way, lets it rip, good throw. Cooper Kupp makes the catch, and you hear the Coop chants, the longtime Ram who's been the perfect addition here in Seattle. He's going to be a half-yard shy of a first down.
You separate the defense kind of more east to west. Sometimes play-action pass, you can separate them by getting the linebackers step up. They just displace them going sideways so often.
Play action here. Darnold fires. It's Kupp who makes the catch. 3rd and 1 in the gun. It is Charbonnet who gets smoked. Wow. That was D. Winters who came flying through on the 3rd and 1, and they get a stop. And the field goal team coming onto the field.
Wow.
Myers up and through. So a great start for the Seahawks.
A lot of balls go to CMC, George Kittle when he was in there. Now it's got to be Pearsall Robinson.
Over the middle there, good throw and catch. It's Tonjes who lost the football, and it's picked up by Julian Love. Seattle's got it. Oh, what a start. 49ers were last in the league in sacks, so they got to get creative like that. Now Darnold backed up, throws one deep, has a man, and it's Cooper Kupp right at the sticks. He gets it right back with a beautiful throw. 2nd and goal. Fake. Darnold looking, firing, end zone. It is caught! Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Leading receiver this year. What a throw by Darnold on the run. Only where he could put it, in front of Luter.
Purdy. Pressure, they set up a screen. McCaffrey's got a good block. And a good move for McCaffrey, who's got a first down. 4-man rush. Purdy, pressure, steps away, being chased, throws it back. He's got a man open, it is caught by Tonjes. What a play by Purdy there to keep the drive alive.
Oh my. But they stopped the run with those big guys inside. Very suffocating for an offense.
There's McCaffrey on the catch. Good shake and move for McCaffrey, who's right around the marker, should have a first down. You okay?
No. I'm glad I'm up here with you. That's what I'm very happy about.
3rd and long. Purdy looking, throwing. McCaffrey's got a way to go, and he's taken down short. Excellent tackle that time. Well, that was Witherspoon got out. Actually, Woolen got out there. make that play. Here's Eddie Pinheiro. 40 yards away from him. And this kick is up and perfect. He's had a great year for the Niners. So, on the fake, Darnold has some time. Lets it rip. Going deep, and it's incomplete. He tried to hit another home run to Shaheed that time, but it was well covered by Upton Stout, who has been terrific, the rookie for the 49ers. Purdy on the fake. The lost one deep. It's caught in stride. Tondras again. And a Saturday night divisional. A couple division rivals, too. Purdy gets it out to McCaffrey. He's open outside. And McCaffrey surges forward for a first down. So it's 3rd and 6. Purdy. Time. Zips in. It is Pearsall diving. Did he hang on? Pinheiro drills it right down the middle, and it is long enough and good. Charbonnet in the game in the eye. Pitch it to him. Looks for a seam, and he is hit short. There's a penalty flag that flew in from the secondary, so let's see what that is. And it looks like it's going to be on San Francisco.
Holding. Defense number 92. That 5-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, there's Jordan Elliott just grabbing the center. Sundell.
On a fake. Here's Shaheed on the end around. He could fly. We've seen it already. Couple blocks. Shaheed cuts back inside the 40. He is an electric player. 49ers drop out of a blitz. Oh, it's caught. Oh, man. Weave that in there somehow to Jake Bobo. Just his 3rd catch of the year. The 3rd long conversion. Here is Walker sprinting through the hole. Kenneth Walker down to the 10. Here's Walker. Cuts back. Kenneth Walker is in. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Look, this ball is supposed to go to the right side of the field. Watch this. He feels it, and he cuts all the way back to the left side of the field. In run defense, it's hard for any defense to guard all 53 1/3 yards.
Purdy steps away, looking to just take off and run. Purdy sprints through, and Brock Purdy all the way up across the 45. One timeout, 13 seconds left. There's nobody rushing the quarterback right now. Purdy just stands back on a launch, a Hail Mary, going deep down the field. It is up there, and it is incomplete. Boy, it hung up there. It had a shot, but it falls to the turf unharmed. And that'll take us to the end of this first half. 3rd and long for Purdy. Pressure in his face. Slides away, in trouble, lets it rip high, and caught to Jennings. What a play from Brock Purdy, and Jennings has a first down. 4th and 2. Purdy in trouble and sacked. Leonard Williams and the Seahawks take over. Zach Charbonnet got hurt in that first half with a knee injury, as Aaron told you about. Looks to be Walker's show right now. Darnold rips one, and it's caught. It's Cooper Kupp. He's had a nice game.
Won't get brought down by any arm tackles. Terrific runner. Only issue is he went to Michigan State.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, K9.
Pressure on Darnold, gets rivet, pass underneath. Jackson Smith and Jigba's got it, and surges his way down to the 6. Going to be a little shy of the first down. What's crazy is it's 24-6 Seattle, and that's only the 2nd catch that JSN has had all day. With an 18-point lead on this 4th and short, they're going to send out the field goal team, try to make it a 21-point edge. Here's Myers, 24-yarder. Easy for him. Up and good. Seahawks add to their lead.
John Schneider deserves a ton of credit for what he's done with this team.
Purdy in trouble. McCaffrey back in there, slings it to Juszczyk, who makes a nice adjustment and catch, and he's got a first down. Purdy. That's time. A lot of it. There's just nobody open. Now underneath he goes, and that's intercepted! Ernest Jones has his 6th of the year. Wow. 3rd and 5. Darnold floats one wide open. He's got Walker, who makes an acrobatic catch and a first down. Why not? 2nd and long. Here's Darnold. Coming near side. Cooper Kupp makes a catch. First down. And Kupp taken down at the 15. 5th catch of the night for Cooper Kupp. On first down, Kenneth Walker again to the left. Sprinted through. Walker's got another. Touchdown, Seattle.
You got Barner at tight end. You got Saubert just winning their blocks on the edge, and that's all it takes for Walker. A little space, and he's just electric in the open field. His speed, his explosiveness.
4th down, it's Purdy. Pressure in his face again. Emanwari gets away. Purdy running for his life. Chased out, throws as far as he can take it, and it's knocked down, incomplete. Not sure if they're going to say that he stepped out of bounds way back where, and I think that is going to be the ruling. I'd say he ran for 340 yards tonight. In fact, that is crazy. Here's Walker. What a game for him. Breaks another tackle. Another first down for Kenneth Walker. Back to Walker now. Sprinting through the hole, breaking another tackle. Down to 15. Pushing the pile. Still going. Come on. 1st and goal. Walker looking for the trifecta. He's got it. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Just off the right side, behind Lucas, the right tackle. Barner at tight end. Just seal the edge. Sundell leading up inside. Untouched for Walker. This is a coming out party, KB. This is for the whole league, for everyone around the country to see this Seahawks team is for real.
This is James out of the backfield.
I thought he's hung in there extremely well. Made a lot of accurate throws, doing everything he can to kind of will his team down the field.
In trouble. Sacked. Ball is out. Seattle has it. 3rd and 7. Jones will get it again, and not much there. And the punting situation is going to come your way as Eric Kendricks in on the stop. They are now. 3rd and short. Right side, that's a first down to Jordan James.
Yeah, so much respect by those two competitors. Coach Shanahan, Coach McDonald, they're going to have these battles for a long time to come. They lead their team so well, and I know Coach Shanahan has battled through a lot of resilience this year with a lot of injuries, but they just ran into a buzzsaw tonight. This is a tough one to overcome.